Hey guys, I have a video on Facebook called The Stop Cruelty of the LGBTQ LDS Members. Now, as an LGBTQ member myself, I'm asking for this event to go forward, not for me, but for friends. Recently, I met someone on Facebook who has just been excommunicated from the church, and I got so upset I made this event so we can call, email, write to the headquarters of the church to try and get a set standard, because if you go to any ward in any state, in any city in the United States, one bishop is not going to be the same as the other. One can be okay with you being gay and having a partner and still being able to go to church as long as you're trying to uphold the standards of the church. No drinking, no smoking, no tattoos, no piercings, saying your prayers, reading your scriptures, things of that nature, where others, as soon as they find out you're gay, and that maybe you hung out with this one person one time, or you were caught kissing or something, they're automatically going to excommunicate you, don't want to hear nothing, don't care. And that is wrong. There is no set standard no matter what. Me, you all know me. I'm all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you name it. If you watch my videos, everybody knows I'm gay and Mormon. But my ward doesn't know. That's right, I'm a coward. Only one person in my ward knew, and I don't even talk to her anymore. I was working too much on Sundays, so I stopped calling her to be able to get a ride to church. The one time I did contact her, I never heard from her again. Last weekend, I ended up calling my own ward, leaving a message saying, "Hey, I'm a member. I stopped getting emails from the ward. I've been working so much on Sundays I wasn't able to go. Please, I want to come back. I want to be able to go to church. Can you provide me a ride?" And I left my phone number. Now, the ward I go to is kind of far public transportation-wise. But the two closest wards to me, one is a Spanish-speaking ward, and one is in the hood. I don't feel safe going down there, and that's my prerogative, that's my opinion. I've worked down there, so I know the area pretty well. But within the last 8-9 hours since I went to sleep, one of my best friends, one of my closest friends that I've known for over a year, never met her, but texts, phone calls, Facebook, she has become one of my closest friends, is going through this same issue, and it is now infuriating me beyond belief. Now, I called the headquarters of the church, and I explained my situation about a week and a half ago of the event I was trying to create. And the young woman who answered the phone sounded like she could be in her early 20s. And I don't think she understood what I was asking, but she basically said that if you wanted to get in contact with the church where everybody will see it, your best bet is to talk to the public affairs. So I have the phone number for the public affairs, and I have the address of the public affairs in Salt Lake City, Utah. All I'm asking is you guys to pray this upcoming weekend. There's also another event on Facebook trying to have everybody fast and pray this weekend because conference is coming up. Number 2, find my event on Facebook. If not, I'll put the description down below. 3, invite your friends and family that you know will help in this endeavor. It's between, a week and a half ago and December 31st. I want to get as many people as possible to call the public affairs, to send them letters. If I can find their actual email address, I will go ahead and send it. But we need to try and let them know that we need a set standard across the board. Now, me personally, is wrong. If the person wants to stay in the church and they're doing all they can, minus the fact that they're sleeping with someone who is of their same gender, you can bend the rules a little bit because they're not drinking, they're not smoking, they're not wearing revealing clothing, they're not cursing, they're reading the scriptures, they're going to church, they're doing everything they're supposed to, except they're being authentic. They're being who they are. They're being the way Heavenly Father made them to be. And this really irritates me because now that I think about it, I think my ward is shutting me out instead of disappointing me or kicking me out of the church. Now, I only knew my ward for about a month and a half before I stopped going because of work. It was getting so hard to where I had to push my shifts back so I can go to church and then from there go to work. To eventually, they just started scheduling me in the morning, which is during church, and I couldn't go. And I love the church. I love being Mormon. I left the church for 6 years. Most of you know this. Because of fear of excommunication. I feared that the ward I was going to at the time would kick me out. Not only out of the church, but out of the army. Because I was also in the army. And this was a military ward. Turns out I actually did get kicked out of the army. That's a completely different story. And it is on Facebook. Or YouTube, rather. So I do know what it feels like to be kicked out of something you love so dear and you're fighting to stay in for. It's not easy, believe me. To this day, I still wished I probably did something slightly different to where that wouldn't have happened. But since it did, here I am. I do all that I can to help those get in the military. When I first got out, I helped those who wanted out of the military to get out for the fear of just the same reason I got kicked out. Now, I lucked out. I'm a woman. I got all my benefits, honorable discharge, everything. One of my best friends, he got kicked out. He got nada. So there needs to be a set standard. The military changed its policy. Can the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints change their policy?